I grew up in River Forest. I grew up there with my family of 5 kids and my parents, and they were wonderful people. We raised 5 good kids. My father got me into wrestling early and was heavily influential.
I got tired of taking him off the walls and the ceiling, and he needed an activity that would wear him out a little bit.
And I didn't really fall in love with the sport until late in my high school career.
I didn't take schooling very seriously, and I had some, real screwed up priorities. I did some partying.
He should have been a 2 or 3-time state champ, but there were times he sabotaged himself.
After my junior year, I had a profound conversation with my high school wrestling coach. I said, Coach, next year's going to be different. I'm not going to screw up again. I'm going to win state. And he said, Mike, at some point you have to stop talking and start doing.
Mike Powell in his senior year has made it as a state champion from Oak Park River Forest. He's the AA state champ.
I chose Indiana because Dwayne Goldman was a lifelong idol of mine.
Yeah, Mike's a badass. While he was that on the mat as a competitor, in the weight room, in his training, and he was that on the street.
My college career kind of fizzled out. And I said to myself, everything that I haven't gotten in my life has been because of me. And in the moment that I kind of embraced that, I started to become a different person.
I left college. I got a call from one of my old high school coaches, come back and coach with us, and I went back and coached with him. I went on to get my master's in education and was lucky enough to get a job at Oak Park. And the year after I was hired there, the head coach, Niall Collins, stepped down and gave me a program that was on the rise.
Hustle it! What's the difference between talent, being talented, and being effective? Talent is something that's given you by a power greater than you. It's not in your control. Being effective is 100% in your control. You guys got me? 1, 2, 3.
Well, our philosophy is, it's not easy to sum up, but I think first and foremost, we try to inject ambition into every kid that comes in our program, and we try to teach them what it means to go, dedicate yourself 100% to something and buy into something bigger than yourself. And along the way, kids develop integrity and work ethic and discipline and all the great things that really only wrestling can give.
So he always preached and told us it's all about the journey, and that's all it'd ever be about. And every single person that's been through this program before, under Coach Powell's wing, is grateful. I wouldn't be the man that I am today if it wasn't for Coach Powell.
We've had some very good teams at Oak Park. We've won 3 state championships. My final year as head coach was 2 years ago. Our individual state tournament was spectacular. And we ended up with 10 state place winners, and we had a record tournament, I think better than anybody in the history of Illinois. I was diagnosed with polymyositis in 2009. I think I actually had it for a couple years before then, but not bad enough to realize what was wrong with me. I was just kind of tired all the time.
He complained of weakness. He complained of being tired.
Go!
But he didn't recover and bounce back like he had, and he's not, elderly or otherwise feeble. And something clearly was, not right.
It was too tough to go to the doctor about something. So, but in about a month and a half, I went from 195 pounds to 157.
What happens is your white blood cells actively invade the muscle tissue and digest it.
My muscles are dying at a much quicker rate than yours are or the average person's are. And so what that means is I'm going to lose the ability to walk a lot sooner than other people, and I'm going to lose the ability to feed myself. And frankly, I've seen what the advanced stages of the disease look like, and it's ugly.
Welcome to wrestling, dude. This is a man's game, bro. A man's game. Get in there, finish, bring it up, Brenner. Stay low, stay low.
I do tell Mike to do me a big favor. And I say, Mike, what is it, Coach? What do you want? I said, Mike, I want you to take care of Mike. because sometimes I'm afraid that he's not.
You know, went on a litany of drugs and really battled for a couple of years in learning how to manage the disease and how to treat it. And I've kind of come out full circle. I'm doing much better now. Obviously, I'm not in the light quite yet. Hopefully someday it'll go away, but probably not. But I'm managing things very well right now. But you know, I kind of live with constant exhaustion and weakness.
He sort of works through it. Probably a lot of that comes from being a wrestler for his whole life. I think his pain threshold and tolerance is far above what certainly mine would be, or most people that I know.
My treatment has been, you know, some conventional, some alternative, but it's been, I'm learning to balance things. And, you know, part of it was to just learn that toughness doesn't mean push until you're exhausted anymore. Toughness means be disciplined enough to manage your time, manage your emotions, you know, manage your, you know, your output of work, and, you know, keep something in the reserve for when you go home so you can be a decent husband. Hopefully I'm better than decent, but, you know, and now a father. You know, I managed my disease long enough to convince my wife to get pregnant, and we've been blessed with a little boy, and, you know, now I have the world's greatest reason to live and thrive. So there are no real words to describe this. You know, it's the greatest honor that, it's something I never imagined could happen or would happen, and you know, it's my proudest moment as a wrestler and a coach, without a doubt.